5 amazing shaders for MCPE. Starting off with the Aesthetic Fantasy shader. This shader is truly aesthetic. As you can tell, we get brighter lighting and darker defined shadows, but the lighting is really made to be much more smoother and the colors are not made to be oversaturated. Furthermore, we have amazing realistic clouds over here that look absolutely astonishing. And for the water, we have some of the most realistic water animations out there, and also we get a reflection of the sun on the water right over here. Definitely pretty cool. But if we go underwater, here's how things do look like. As you can tell, we have a beautiful lighting effect underwater that adds to the realism of the shader. And of course, we do get a distortion effect as well, which is another major plus. And here is how the sunset looks like. As you can tell, everything is made to be incredibly beautiful. We literally have a pink sunset right over here, and there's just so many different shades of purple, pink, orange, all that good stuff. And of course, even the lighting of the sunset is being reflected on the water right over here. Next up, we have the GRES Rebuild shader. The GRES Rebuild shader is made to be incredibly simplistic. For starters, we get brighter lighting and darker defined shadows. We have some of the smoothest generating terrain animation over here. As you can tell, the terrain literally lifts off into this smooth animation, and I really do like it. The shadows are made to be much more darker and defined as well. Also, take a look at the water over here. As you can tell, the water is made to be incredibly smooth and it's nothing over the top, so it will not cause any type of lag. But if we go underwater, we get this amazing lighting pattern distortion effect. Here's how the sunset of the shader does look like. As you can tell, the sunset is made to be absolutely massive. We even get a reflection of the shader on the water over here, which definitely does make it look way more realistic. Next up, we have the distant sun shader. In the distant sun shader, we basically get a lot of the vanilla textures, but they make this sky look absolutely amazing. For starters, we have so many realistic looking clouds over here. It genuinely looks like it's a photo taken from the outside, and I really do like it. We have the nice beautiful clouds over there, and we are able to see the nice realistic sunset in the distance right over here, and it just looks super duper amazing. So many different shades of orange, and you can tell that the lighting is being reflected on the clouds as well. Now this pack is very unique because it basically means that you are always on the sunset over here, which definitely can be a major plus, especially considering that the sunset just looks really amazing and could enhance any world. Next up, we have the Vibic shader. As the name suggests, this shader is a total vibe. For starters, we do get brighter lighting and darker defined shadows, but the lighting is not made to be incredibly bright to the point where it burns your eyes, but the water looks incredibly smooth. Once again, we don't really have anything over the top, but it still does look amazing. We're able to see all the waves on the water over here, even when we do move past. If we go underwater, here's how things do look like. As you can tell, we have this really cool lighting pattern that just adds to the realism of this shader. Here's how the sunset does look like. As you can tell, it looks super duper bright, and you are able to see so many different colors actually come out of the sun right there. So many different shades of yellow, orange, all that good stuff, and it's even like subtly being reflected on the water as well, which definitely does add to the realism. And once again, we do have nice realistic clouds. Lastly, we have the DSPE shader. Now this shader is a complete wild card because although it may seem like a simple shader when you first load in, if you approach the water, as you can tell, it is a completely different story. For starters, we have like the most realistic water animations that I've ever seen from any Minecraft shader, and it's kind of crazy to think that we're running such crazy animations on just a mobile device, but this shader even manages to be amazing underwater as well. Underwater, we have this really sick lighting pattern that makes everything look far more realistic, and of course, we even do get a distortion effect. The sunset is absolutely astonishing. As you can tell, here it is, and even the light from the sunset is being reflected on the water right over there, and we have so many different colors coming out of the sunset. Even during the night sky, this shader still manages to be insane. Even during the nighttime, we are able to see so many cool things like auras, comets, and even full-on galaxies. I hope you guys are able to notice, but there's literally like a galaxy right over here, and of course we do get a bunch of stars everywhere, and it's genuinely just such a vibe to have this shader. See you later, french fries.